away from what you guys are talking about because it's very important. As a matter of fact, what makes it so important, aside from the hardship of reversing it, that you put down roots in a place, and now they want to take that away from you and make you travel great distances, and you still don't even understand why, and rightfully so. It's not being explained. But the members voted on something. Now you're ignoring the members' wishes. Now why does it you think that they don't take another vote to see how the members feel? Because that vote will come out not in their favor. So what they'll do is they'll try to go to court and say, well, the judge ruled on it. And so it's the judge. It's always somebody else. It's never them, right? They take away your right as a member, which is, by the way, the supreme governing body of a union, is the members' vote, more than anything else. Not Samuelson, not Davis, none of them. You gave them the mandate to run your day-to-day business, but in the end, your vote tops all. But it doesn't seem to be that way in Local 100. It doesn't seem to be that way in other locals across. There's 100 locals across the country that all bear the name TWU. Many of them, they're going through the same thing you guys are going through. We started a convention newsletter which would touch on a lot of the things. That's like a first newsletter to tell people how the convention works and what that is all about. And you see what's going on here? In Local 556, which are flight attendants for Southwest Airlines, is 14,000 of them. They came out with a petition to remove the leadership, which was never elected to begin with. They had elected a leadership that was removed for no reason. Then they put this leadership in. Then the members got a petition to remove this leadership so they can have another election. 8,000 signatures, and the union ignores it. And they're in court. They have to go to court against their own union to get their own mandate passed.
Isn't something like that going on with the buses in one of them depots? Was it Jamaica? Some depot?
I think someone wanted to start with their own.
Yeah, they
that's like
something
the staff of another.
All right,
it's not even operating.
All right, those operators.
So you see what's going on throughout the country, right? Now the battleground is in September at the convention. The common denominator of all this that's going on is John Samuelson, because he is also the executive vice president of the TWU, the number 2 man in the entire union in the United States, TWU, right? So doesn't this ring familiar? And this is what we've been fighting out there. I've been trying to organize the locals together to take these guys out. But within Local 100, we have to organize to take these guys out. We shouldn't have to be going to court. We shouldn't have to be doing petitions. The members' wishes should be honored. And if they want to change it, they should have another vote. Right. Now I know some of you guys had questions you wanted, to me to answer while I was here. Remember what I was saying, let's stay on this subject?
Well, pertaining to that, I don't think there even should be another vote, because then you said the presidents that we have to vote this every 4 years. Every time they're unhappy with it, we're going to keep voting this. It was voted for, it passed, and that's it. I can't change past contracts that were voted on, even though I didn't like them. The mass membership spoke. I have to live with it in the course of that contract.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't even, entertain or be happy with another vote on this.
No,
it was voted on by the membership. It's done.
I'm saying only another vote can overturn that vote.
I got you.
Not that we're calling for another vote.
I don't even want to put that in there, because what if we do vote and we get voted out? And then, it's still not going to help the fact that our lives, our roots are already, changed.
I'm just stating the importance of a member's vote.
I got you.
The power of it, and it reigns supreme over the entire union.
Yeah.
That vote. That's it.
They amend the bylaws and the Constitution and that convention.
No, not our bylaws, but the convention. The purpose of the convention, it's called a constitutional convention. The purpose of the convention is to amend the Constitution or make resolutions. Resolutions are usually what the union supports. Somebody might say, we ask that this thing gets supported, that thing gets supported. And basically, it's just a statement of support. But also constitutional changes, either there's an opposition or not. Usually, it's a foregone conclusion that the leadership always wins, because usually they're able to buy people off before this thing ever happens.
course.
and then that's that, right? So, I mean, what we're hoping to change that this time around, give them a fight. But also what we want to do is put across a couple of very important ones. The leadership of the TWU, and they all make well over $200,000, heading towards $300,000 a year. Don't ask me what they do for it, because I can't tell you. Nobody can. They can't either. But what I wanted to do was put forth something that changes the Constitution, that gives a direct membership vote of international officers. We have the technology to do that. People can vote online. People can vote on a phone if it's slates. People can vote different ways that you don't need to send delegates anymore. That's like so 1940s.
And put with a pen check here if you and put it in a box. Come on.
You can, well, 100 and something thousand members can vote for the international officers, and that puts them accountable with the membership. Now, TWU Local 100 is so big that we don't ever see any international, or most of our members don't even think there's one. They think like we're just the union, that's it. But across the country, and some of the small locals, they really rely on the upper officers, the president and Samuelson, and so they become very needy. So there's a sort of financial terrorism, we like to call it, where support us or else, right? So they just walk lockstep because they need the financial support. So they bring the delegates. Yes, you know, we voting for you, even though we can't stand you. We're voting for you because we're scared to death of you. And that trickles down to us, because that's really the union. That's the union that Mike Quill started down there. This whole big country. It's not just us, but we feel the effects of that. The other thing we want to do is, and I'm really hoping to pass that direct election, because you only have 300-something delegates voting for the leadership, speaking for 100-something thousand members. That just doesn't seem like democracy to me. The other thing is we want to be able to set term limits. Somebody shouldn't be president for life. Somebody shouldn't be something for life. We believe that a fresh perspective is needed every so often, a little less than half a generation, because it keeps everything moving. If you keep somebody there for 3 terms, that's 12 years. You don't want 12 years ago's ideas being put forth today, right? And that's why we'll also try to encourage, you know, the newer members and the Tier 6 members to educate themselves and get involved and run for office, because they should be coming and taking this union away from us in the future and bringing their own fresh perspective. So, you know, these are things that we're trying to put forward. There's a whole lot more I won't get into. Our website is www.transportworkersunited.org. We're building a convention page, so you guys can check it. I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff, and we're building it more and more and more. We just gave it a new look, so we're putting the content back up, but you guys will be able to see what we're talking about, and we'll move forward. We always put out these newsletters. So they might get to you, they might not. It's a big system, but you know, if you don't mind, we'll email you, you know, the fresh ones that come out. And this particular one here talks about the $65 million that Cuomo's taken away from us. That could have been 2 more points to our contract. I guess, you know, Cuomo says thank you, John Samuelson, and of course here in the picture, they buddy.
Of course.
And this guy that got fired and this is very important. The gentleman that was fired in procurement, he had direct involvement in how Aetna got brought in as our coverage, because he has intimate connections to their people, and if he's taking bribes from other companies, how do we know Aetna didn't come in that way?
Right.
So an investigation the union should be asking for an investigation as to why. Okay, what happened with Aetna? Now we want to know.
I don't mean to cut you off. Is your time okay? Because I don't know how long we have.
Well, I'm
We
done.
got 10 minutes.
I'm gonna end up here. And of course, on the back, a lot of people don't understand Tier 6. Even Tier 6 people don't understand Tier 6. But on the back, it talks about Tier 6. And every time these guys get up there and they say, "Oh, we want to fix Tier 6," we can always read the pension consultants' comments on that, saying that the new people have to sacrifice for the incumbent people, because that's how stuff is. So.
How you feel about they changing? We do 20 years straight with no age limit. You think you see that? Change?
Not until we fix Tier 6. When Tier 6 came in, it closed the book on that.
Yep.
You cannot put a better pension tier while you still have a bad pension tier. We have two classes of membership. And I really feel for them, because when I came in, tier 4 was bad, but it wasn't that bad. We were 3062 with 3% contribution, and that 3062 at the time I was very young, I could deal with that. 3% contribution, now it's 6% contribution? No, that ain't right. I want to thank you for your time, guys. I don't want to